Let's welcome in the Kobeissi letter editor-in-chief, Adam Kobeissi, to break it all down for us. And you were bullish on Nvidia. Do you remain bullish on it?
We remain bullish. I mean, we've seen, and it's crazy we're talking about one of the largest, if not the largest company in the world, have 20% plus pullbacks 3 times this year already. And you got to remember, I mean, even after the stock falls 20%, we're still up almost 100% year to date, thousands of percent over the last couple of years. So seeing these large swings I mean, as an Nvidia investor, something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, we have triple-digit percentage revenue growth, net income growth. Nvidia currently controls 90% of the global AI chip market. I mean, if you think about that, that means Intel, AMD, TSM, everyone else is fighting over that 10% sliver. In a market like this, where AI is being rewarded so heavily, I don't think it's something that I want to get bearish about.
Now, envy is one of the most dangerous, hurtful emotions in the human being. I mean, in the entire history of human beings, I can't think of anything worse than envy. However, when you told me that the last time you bought Nvidia, you bought it for $12, I must admit I got a little envious of you. I mean, there are so many people, and you've just been holding on to that original buy.
That's
right?
exactly what I've been doing, and I think what happened was, first, it was a GPU play. NVIDIA is the master of molding their business to what the market wants. It started out as we're for gamers. We make gaming processing units for graphics processing units for computers. Then it became we're making Bitcoin mining chips.
Right.
Then ChatGPT came out, and NVIDIA took another turn and said, you know what, we're an AI company, and we're going to capitalize on that. And now AI, I mean, ChatGPT came out just about 2 years ago, a little bit less than 2 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But since that point, they just continue to invest in that. And all these companies, these large cap tech companies, they can't even get enough of the NVIDIA chips.
But NVIDIA, the point is, I bring you into your personal buying into this because it's important. And it would have to go down to $12 for you to think about selling. What about those of us who've just been sitting on the sidelines? And I told Susan, if it goes below 100, is it still a deal at 100?
I still think it's a deal. And I mean, we were just at 140 talking about weeks ago in June, in July, we were trading in the 130s. So, I mean, if you're going to be an NVIDIA investor, if you're going to invest in any large cap tech in this market, you have to be comfortable with the fact that you need to be able to weather the storms. It could go down. And look, you know, averaging down is one of the most profitable strategies in investing. I mean, if you zoom out on the S&P 500's chart over the last 100 years, if you just average down on every single correction, which historically we have multiple corrections of 5% or more every year, you're doing great right now.
Let's pull back to chips in general. And one thing that I thought was at least ironic, if not making me mad, was the $280 billion that taxpayers paid for the CHIPS Act. And you look at the hits that the whole chip industry has taken, and you think, where the hell did that money go? This is $280 billion. Biden-Harris sold it as though it was going to prop up the chips industry. Look at Intel. Intel has lost 60% in a year. Kevin O'Leary was on yesterday, and I asked him about that, the irony at the very least of the CHIPS Act not doing very badly for a lot of these chips manufacturers. Here's what Kevin said.
When they give Intel billions of dollars, they're trying to decide that they're winners 20 years from now. A better way to have done this is forget about CHIPS and Science Act completely. Tell investors like me, look, if you invest in this sector, specifically chip manufacturing, it's a tax holiday for 20 years. And so I'm ready to put capital to work, and I'll choose the winners and losers in management. The Intel management missed the boat on mobile devices decades ago. They're losers. Everybody knows that.
Adam, doesn't this prove that industrial policy directed by the government doesn't work?
Look, Intel is the biggest beneficiary of the CHIPS Act, and I think it's clear that Intel was the NVIDIA of the 1990s, and now they're playing catch-up. You know, and now they're actually forecasting a net loss next quarter. So it's unclear if they're even going to be able to capitalize on all these grants and loans that they're getting from the government. So I think they're just behind the 8 ball at this point.
Corporate welfare is the worst kind of welfare there is. Adam, thank you very much.